Hey guys, welcome to Life in Calgary, Alberta. I'm your host, Patrick Murray, and today we're going to talk about what's happening in the Calgary real estate market as of the end of October 2023. I've got the latest statistics and I'm going to share with you. And guys, I think you might be a little surprised. So before we get into that, if this is your first time in this channel and you want to know everything there is about what it's like to eat, sleep, breathe, live, and play in Calgary, Alberta, then guys, just hit that subscribe button and click that little bell so you get notified every single time I release a new video. Now guys, I gotta tell you, I've been a resident of Calgary since 2001. That's when I first moved here. I've lived in 5 different cities, but Calgary stuck because it's a great city. And you know what? I've been a realtor here since 2010. And that means I've got some specialized knowledge about the city of Calgary and some of the surrounding bedroom communities, such as Cochrane, Chestermere, Okotoks, and Airdrie. So if you are considering a move to one of these communities or our great city, and you would like some assistance to purchase a home, feel free to reach out to me. My information is below. Send me a text, an email, a phone call. I will absolutely get back to you. All right, guys, let's do this. Let's talk about what's happening with real estate in the city of Calgary right after this. All right, guys, so here we go. So we're going to look at the stats here, and we're going to start by looking at detached homes, and then we'll take a look at semi-detached homes, followed by row or town homes, and finally ending up with condominium apartments. Looking at each product type citywide, and these are the latest real estate statistics. This is the end of October 2023. So we're just into early November here. So these are the stats as of the end of October. Of course, we won't have the next full stats package until the end of November. Now, these are benchmark prices. And I like to talk about benchmark prices because it's more stable than talking about, average or median prices, which can be skewed by, an unusual amount of high sales or an unusual amount of lower price sales and a lack of higher price sales. So that's why we're talking about benchmark prices here. So let's jump into things. This is detached homes citywide. So first thing you're going to notice here is this dial. And anything above 50% is a seller's market. And then that 50 to 30% we consider balanced market. And below that is a buyer's market. And you can see here that we're at a seller's market at 61.62 absorption rate. So this is a little bit more relaxed than it has been in recent months, but it is still in seller's market territory. Now, if we look here, the benchmark price right now, as of last month, was $697,600, and that's for your average detached home throughout all of Calgary. So take, some areas are more expensive, some areas are less. This takes into account everything. And that's up 0.22% from last month. And year over year, it's up 12.08% from last October. And you can see here, if we look at this, 13-month price chart, black is when we have increased price, blue is a decrease. And you'll see here that, we were going down October, November, December, and it's kind of typical actually in our market because, as we get into winter time, we see things kind of trend downwards a little bit and then start to trend back upwards, in the springtime. However, last year, it did trend down into December, and then in January it took off, which took off a little bit earlier than expected. So last month when we had this blue, this reduction from $696,700 in August. In September, it went down to $696,100. Ooh, like big price change, not much, but I mean, it did go down. Anyways, I thought that we'd start to see a decline. This month defied all of that because we went up to $697,600, which is the highest we've been for detached homes in the city ever. So that's the benchmark price. This is the 10-year price chart trend. So you'll notice again, black is increased price, blue is decrease. And so you see in 2020, we started to take off. 2021, huge increase, 13.7%, another 14.47% in 2022. And now it's saying, we're up roughly 6.66% in 2023. Well, keep in mind,
2023 is not finished yet, so it's taking into account the last few months. But you can see if we look at the month price trend up here, going back up to this next chart up top, currently we're at $697,600. So I do think this is going to be much higher than it was. And you can see from 2014 to 2023, we're up 30.88% in that 10-year price chart trend. So this is where we get that listing absorption rate, where there were 1,584 active properties for sale for detached homes. Now, that is down month to month 4.81% from the month prior in September. But year over year, it's way down 18.64% from last October. So, guys, this just tells you that we have a real decline in the amount of listings available, and that's causing a bit of a supply and demand issue. And if we look at this, the sold listings, there were 976 sold. So out of the 1584, 976 sold, hence giving us this 61.62% listing absorption rate. And month over month, the amount of solds is down 14.91% from the previous month. And year over year, it's actually up 3.61%. Isn't that telling? Because look at that. We're down year to year 18.64%, yet we're up in the number of sales. Wow. And then if we look at the days on market, average days on market chart, we're currently at 27. You can see last month we were at 25. Last October we were at 36. Then this just gives you a bit of an idea of the market distribution of the detached home sales. You can see the vast majority were in this 23.69, very close here. This 5 to 600,000 range followed very closely, by this $600,000 to $700,000 price range, followed by the 7 to 8, 4 to 5, so on and so forth. This one always gets me. We blip down that 9 to 1 million, and then a million to 1.5, it pops back up. So that's kind of interesting to me. Okay, let's move on here. Okay, guys, so this is the semi-detached homes, and if you will, kind of like duplexes for those of you that don't understand the terminology, semi-detached. So it's a home that kind of shares a wall, if you will, a middle wall with another property. And you can see the listing absorption rate here is 62.81. So similar to the detached sector. And the benchmark price here is $628,700. So that's up 1.19% from last month. Year over year, it's up 13.12% from October. And that's really telling. So again, you can see we've had all these increases, all this black, this is increase, dipped down in September again. I thought, okay, that's normal getting in the winter, but then we popped back up here last month. So I thought that was interesting. And here we are, this price 10-year price trend chart from 2014 to 2023. We're up 46.42%. And you can see that right now it's saying that taking everything combined for the last several months, we're going to be $600,340. But you can see here, of course, the year isn't over. So last month it was really $628,700 for the benchmark price. And here's where we get that listing absorption rate. There were 285 active properties for sale in this particular category. 179 of them sold, giving us that 62.81% listing absorption rate, which is a seller's market. Now, month over month, the number of actives is down 3.39% from September. Year over year, though, it's down 15.43%. Month to month, solds are down 6.28%. But year to year, they're up 13.929% from last October, even though, year to year, the number of actives is down. So actives are down, sales are up. So it just tells you how hungry we are for homes. And just looking at these numbers, 285 semi-detached homes and the other detached homes we looked at, it's not very many properties, guys, for a city of 1.4 million people. So average days on market chart here, 25 days on market, down slightly from September. way lower than it was last October. And here's that price distribution, that $500,000 to $600,000 range, followed by $400,000 to $500,000 range, followed by 3 to 4, and then that $800,000 to $900,000 range, which is actually quite robust because in the inner city and on the west side, for example, well, in other areas too, these semi-detached properties that are brand new are quite beautiful, and they're selling quite well as well. So now we're looking at the row or townhomes, if you will, and the first thing you're going to notice, guys, is this price trend chart here, this dial. Wow, look at that. 100.54% listing absorption rate. So this is a strong seller's market. Now, let's just jump down here. Why is that? Well, there were 373 active townhomes for sale with 375 solds. I know, Patrick, how can that be? Well, we've dipped into the previous month's inventory. We'll come back to that in a second. So that means our listing absorption rate is above 100%, which is no doubt a strong seller's market. Now, the reason why this sector of the market is so robust is because this is where the affordability lies right now, due to what's going on with the interest rates and that sort of thing. So this is what people can afford. This is where people are putting their families, looking away from, detached homes or semi-detached homes and looking into the townhome sector. Now, the benchmark price is $425,200, and that's up from the previous month of $419,400. And you can see that this product type has trended up all year long. It didn't dip down in September. It kept going up and up and up. Month over month, this price is up 1.38%, and year to year, it's up 19.17%, nearly 20%, guys, from last October, which the benchmark price is $356,800. So that's really telling. And then this is our 10-year price chart trend. You can see that, well, prices are the highest they've ever been. Of course, the year's not out here, but you can see that so far from 2014, there's been a jump of 23.68% in this product type for pricing. And you can see that we had some tough years here, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2020 in this product type. And then all of a sudden it's exploded, right? So we already talked about this a little bit here, but month to month, the number of actives is down 3.37% from September, and the number of solds month to month is down 5.54%, believe it or not. Now, year to year, the number of actives is down almost 20% at 19.78%, but year to year, the number of solds is up 17.19%. Now, isn't that telling, right? You can see we need those homes to put people into. We need more properties for people to live in. Average days on market, 23, 21 last month, 20 in August. So, trending up very slightly. But you can see last October is 37, so we're well below that. And the price distribution here is that $300,000 to $400,000 range, followed by that $400,000 to $500,000 range, and so on and so forth. Okay, guys, and now we're moving on to the City of Calgary Apartments. So this is condominium apartments, if you will, and you can see here that we are in a seller's market at 67.62%. Why? Because there were 948 actives and 641 of those sold, giving us that 67.62 listing absorption rate. So the benchmark price here is $316,600 month to month. That's up 1.21% from September. Year to year, it's up 16.1% from last October. Wow. And again, similar to the townhomes, you can see that it's just trended up all year long, and we didn't do that dip in September. So you can see prices are very strong. And similar to townhomes, you can see that, 2016, 17, 18, 19, and 20, we saw price reductions. The rest of the country was going up in price, but Calgary was going down in price. And we had an oversupply of condominium apartments and townhomes at that time. And so there was, more properties for sale than there were buyers. So prices were a lot softer than they are now. Certainly not the case anymore. You can see in 2021, 2022, and 2023, we've gone up. So it is the highest we've been. We're up 2.02% from 2014. However, the year isn't over. So it says, so far, taking into all the past year, we're at 298,300, which is the highest it's ever been. However, October stats show 316,600. So I do predict if this continues to go up, that we're going to see this statistic much higher as well. Now, again, just moving to this, the number of actives and solds, 948 actives month to month, that's down 7.42%. Number of solds, 641 month to month, that's down 9.21% from September. Year to year, the actives is down 16.77%. And get this, year to year, the number of sales is up 46.68% in this product type. Again, demonstrating the affordability and where people are turning to in the marketplace. Now, average days on market, 29, slightly from September, down from August, way down from October of last year. And here's the price distribution here. We can see the number of, or where the majority of sales are, that $200,000 to $300,000 range, followed by that $300,000 to $400,000 range, so on and so forth. Okay, guys, so now we're going to talk about each district of the city individually. We've talked about all the product types, looking at the city as a whole, but now we'll break down each district here. So this is the real estate map for Calgary, if you will. In the middle here, this purple, that's city center, and these are all the communities located in the city center. And then to the west, or looking to the left, is the west sector of the city. So these two sectors are the most expensive sectors of the city. And then moving up to the northwest, we look at this kind of 1030 position, this darker pink, that's the northwest. This blue at the top is the north, followed by the northeast over here. This is where the airport is over here, and a lot of other communities. This is the second most affordable area of the city, followed by this green at the 3 o'clock here. This is the east, and this is the most affordable area of the city. And then going down to this yellow at this 4:30, 5 o'clock position, this is the southeast. And then down at the bottom, we'll get into discussing what's going on in the south, which encompasses a great deal of the southwest district of the city. Okay, guys, so now we'll look at each sector of the city. We'll start with that middle area, which is the city center. This just breaks down each product type, as you're going to be able to see here. And so we start at this detached, semi-detached row and apartment sector, and check out these stats. So I know you're like, Patrick, I thought you said we're in a seller's market. Well, keep in mind each sector of the city has different things going on, and different price points, and all these affect the market and the rate of sales, or what's happening in the marketplace. So yeah, it looks like we've got a listing absorption rate for detached homes of 37% in the inner city, which is in balanced territory. That means, it's kind of equal between the number of buyers through this area and the number of sellers at this time. So the benchmark price here for a detached home in the inner city as of the end of October 2023 is $878,700. Now that's up 0.42% from September, and year over year, it's up 11.51% from last October. Now, there were 307 actives in this sector of the city with 113 solds, and there were 43 days on market. So, you can see it's a little bit softer than some of the other figures we were discussing. Now, let's look at the semi-detached. Now, here we are. Wow, 32%. We're just into balanced territory here, approaching a buyer's market. And the benchmark price here is $873,400 for a semi-detached or duplex, if you will. Now you're probably thinking, Patrick, that's expensive for a semi-detached home or a duplex. Well, guys, there are some very beautiful semi-detached homes in the inner city, and a lot of new product in this sector as well. Now, this price is up 2.18% from last month, and year over year, it's up 10.77% from October. So up 11.5%, up 10.7%. Pretty good, right? There were 139 actives, 44 sold, 30 days on market. And then if we look at the row or townhouse sector, I know our listing absorption rate for the whole city was over 100%, but the listing absorption rate in the inner city is just 51%, was just barely in the seller's territory. It's hovering between that balance and seller's territory. The benchmark price here much higher than citywide. It's at $578,400. Now it's up 2.68% from last month, and year over year, it's up 11.45% from October. There were 77 actives, 39 sold, 16 days on market. And if we look at the apartment sector, the listing absorption rate is 56%. That's because there were 521 actives, 292 sold. Now, keep in mind that the majority, in the inner city has a lot of condominium apartments because it takes into account downtown with all the skyscrapers and the large, large apartment towers, that sort of thing. So there's a lot more product in this area of the city. So we're into seller's territory here. Not a whole lot, close to balance, but we are in seller's territory. The benchmark price is $336,600, which is up from last month, 1.57%, and year over year, up 11.13%, and 32 days on market on average. So not too shabby. All right, guys, now we're looking at the west sector of the city. So if you remember on that map, it's to the west or on the left-hand side. And check out these dials, a little bit different than what we saw in the city center charts. Let's get into things right now. Detached homes. The listing absorption rate is 50%. So it's on the cusp of being a balanced or a seller's market. The benchmark price here, $879,800 for a detached home in the west sector of the city. That's up 0.24% from September, but year over year, it's up 8.46%. Now there were 171 actives, 86 sold, giving us that 50% listing absorption rate, 26 days on market on average. Looking at semi-detached homes, the listing absorption rate is 57% into seller's territory because there were just 23 actives with 13 sold. Benchmark price here is $746,700. Again, up 0.76% from September, year over year, up 10.8% from last October. Sorry, guys, tongue tied here. Just 15 days on market on average. Looking at the row or townhouse sector. Wow. Benchmark price here is $443,800. That's up 0.93% from September, and year to year up a stunning 17.88% from last year. There were 43 actives, but 44 sold. So we dipped into the previous month's inventory. So this is beyond 100%. So a very strong seller's market for row or townhomes, just 32 days on market. Looking at the apartment sector, there were 56 actives, 48 sold, giving us that 86% listing absorption rate, strong seller's market. Benchmark price here for apartment condominium in the west is $326,100, which is up 1.21% from last month. Year over year, it's up 12.06%, just 30 days on market on average. And jumping into the northwest, so we're going clockwise from that 9 o'clock position. I think now we're going up kind of towards that 11 o'clock position, looking at the northwest. If you remember the map of Calgary that I showed you earlier, the northwest sector of the city, looking at detached homes. The benchmark price here is 85. Pardon me, the absorption rate here is 85%, which is a strong seller's market because there were 158 actives and 134 solds. Benchmark price is $726,800. That's up 0.22% from September. Year over year, though, it's up 13.23% from last year. Just 22 days on market. Looking at the semi-detached, I mean, check out these dials, guys. The semi-detached market, strong seller's market. There were 19 actives, 23 sold, so dipping into the previous month's inventory. The benchmark price here is $595,400 for a semi-detached home. It's up 0.57% from September, but year over year, it's up 11.21%, just 25 days on market. And looking at the row sector, the listing absorption rate is 85%. There were 40 actives, 34 solds. The benchmark price here, $413,200. This is up 1.52% from September. Year over year, it's up 15.74% from last October. 20 days on market on average. In the apartment sector, there were 71 actives, 42 sold, giving us that 59% listing absorption rate. So we're into seller's territory. The benchmark price here, $292,400, is up 1.85% from September, and year over year up. Guys, look at that. 21.99%. Let's just call it 22% from last October. Days on market is just 25. All right, guys. So referring to that map again, if you remember, now we're looking at that 12 o'clock position, if you will, which is the north sector of the city. And guys, check out these dials. Hey, wasn't that something? So there were 180 actives for detached homes in the north last month. 128 of them sold, which gives us a listing absorption rate of 71%, which is a strong seller's market. The benchmark price here is $647,100, which is up 0.53% from September, and year over year, it's up 10.98% from last October, just 25 days on market. In the semi-detached sector, there were 18 actives, but 22 sold, so we're beyond that 100%, so a strong seller's market. The benchmark price here is $494,300, which is up 0.16% from last month, and year over year, it's up 9.87% from October, just 23 days on market. Now, check this out, the row or townhome sector, 40 actives, 60 sold. So guys, dipping into previous month's inventory, the listing absorption rate is beyond 100%, so it is a strong seller's market. Benchmark price here, $405,200 month over month. That's up 1.6% from September. Year over year, it's up 19.67% from last October. Wow, just about 20%, 18 days on market. Looking at the apartment sector, 49 actives, 46 sold, giving us that 94% listing absorption rate, so a strong seller's market. The benchmark price here, $307,400 month to month. That's up 1.42% from September. Year to year, though, it's up 21.6% from last October, 23 days on market on average. And guys, look at these arrows here, up, 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 up. And that's consistent all along on all the reports that we've been looking at so far. And jumping to the northeast sector of the city. So this is kind of that, that 1 o'clock, 1:30 position, if you will, on the map. And the Calgary International Airport is located in that sector of the city. And this is our second most affordable area of the city. These dials, again, tell the story. Let's start with detached homes. There are 239 actives, 144 solds. Listing absorption rate 60%, strong. So it is a seller's market. The benchmark price here, $551,100. That's up 0.22% from last month. Year over year, it's up 17.61%, just 28 days on market on average. And guys, check out these arrows again. They're all up. Looking at semi-detached homes, 24 actives, but 26 sold. So dipping in to the previous month's inventory. So we are a strong seller's market beyond that 100% listing absorption rate. The benchmark price here is $393,300 month to month. That's up 0.46%, but year over year, it's up 19.44% from last October, just 23 days on market on average. Semi-detached homes, 78 active, 64 sold, 82% listing absorption rate, strong seller's market. The benchmark price here for a townhome is $337,200. That's up 1.81% from September, and year over year, guys, wow. Year over year, it's up 33.28% from last October, which is phenomenal. Days on market, 30 days on market on average. And looking at the apartment condominium sector, 67 actives, 59 sold. So listing absorption rate of 88%. The benchmark price here, $273,900. That's up 1.82% from September. Year over year, again, wow, up to 27.1% from last October, just 22 days on market on average. Okay, guys, now we're looking at the east sector of the city. And if you're looking at the map, it's in the 3 o'clock position. Okay, this is the most affordable sector of the city when it comes to real estate. And check out these dials, again, telling a story. Let's start with detached homes. There were 41 actives, 46 sold. So dipping into the previous month's inventory, over 100% listing absorption rate. The benchmark price here is $460,500, which is up 0.48% from September, and year over year, wow, up 20.96% from last year, just 17 days on market on average. Again, look at these arrows, all point up. Semi-detached homes. There were 10 actives, 6 sold. That's not very many homes, only 10. Wow. Listing absorption rate is 60%, so we are in seller's territory. The benchmark price here, $348,200. That's up 0.43% from September, and year over year, it's up 21.66% from October, just 32 days on market on average. The row or townhomes, 9 actives, but 12 sold, so beyond 100% listing absorption rate, strong seller's market. The benchmark price here, $262,300. Month to month, that's up 1.59% from September. Year over year, it's up 27.45% from last October. Just wow, just 12 days on market here. Looking at the apartment sector, 17 active, 14 sold, giving us that listing absorption rate of 82%. The benchmark price is $227,000. That's up 2.25% from last month. And year over year, holy mackerel, guys, it's up 31.98% from last October. Just 19 days on market. Anybody else wishing they had maybe invested in a few properties in the northeast or the east sectors of the city last year? Me. So just referencing that city of Calgary map, this sector of the city, this is our 7th out of the 8 sectors. This is the southeast, which is down at 4:35 o'clock position, which is the southeast again. Here we go. These dials, take a look. Let's get into it. 170 active detached homes for sale, 110 of them sold, giving us that listing absorption rate of 65%, which is a seller's market. The benchmark price here is $676,900. Now, wow, look at this. So this is the first time we've seen these blue down arrows, okay? So month to month, this is down 0.34% from September, but year to year, it's up 10.7% from last October. Just 25 days on market on average. Let's look at the semi-detached homes or duplexes, if you will. 19 active, 18 sold. That's strong. 95% listing absorption rate, strong seller's market. The benchmark price here is $479,300. Month to month, it is down 0.42%, but year to year, it's up 12.94% from last October, just 16 days on market on average. Looking at the townhome sector of the city, there were 45 actives, but 56 sold. Holy mackerel. So dipping into the previous month's inventory, strong seller's market. The benchmark price here is $424,700. Month to month, that's down 0.02% from September. Year to year, it's up 16.93% from last October, just 27 days on market on average. Looking at the apartment condominium sector, 77 actives, 57 sold, giving us that 74% listing absorption rate. The benchmark price here, $329,900. Now that's down 0.42% from September, but year over year, it's up 12.63%, just 20 days on market on average. So, yes, down a little bit month to month across each sector here. However, still a very popular area of the city. And, like I said, each sector of the city reflects differently and all gets wrapped into our citywide stats that we looked at earlier. So moving on. All right, guys. So this is our last and 8th sector of the city we're discussing. This is the south sector of the city. So down in that 6 o'clock position, 6:30 position, if you will. This includes a lot of the southwest communities as well. Look at these dials and look at these arrows. Everything's trending up here as well. So 297 active detached homes for sale, 210 sold, giving us that listing absorption rate of 71%, which is a strong seller's market. The benchmark price here is $668,400, which is up 0.57% from last month, up 12.17% from last October, 24 days on market on average. Now, the semi-detached homes, 31 actives, 26 sold, giving us that listing absorption rate of 84%, which is a strong seller's market. The benchmark price here, $492,800, which is up 0.57% from September, and year over year, is up 14.55%, 26 days on market on average. Looking at this townhome row sector, 37 actives. Wow, 64 sold. So, this chart is well beyond 100% listing absorption rate. Strong seller's market. The benchmark price here, $372,900. Now you can see there's some real affordability here when we look at city center or the west sector of the city. You can see it's a lot more affordable. Month to month, that's up 1.28%. Year over year, guys, up 23.89% from last October, just 18 days on market on average. And rounding out with the apartment condominium sector, 90 actives, 82 sold. Wow, 91% listing absorption rate. The benchmark price here is $287,400. That's up 0.77% from last month. In year over year, guys, up 16.69% from last October, just 22 days on market on average.
So like I said, guys, if you are considering a move to Calgary or one of the bedroom communities and you would like some assistance to purchase a home, feel free to send me a text, an email, or a phone call. My information is below and I will definitely get back to you so you can start living your life in Calgary, Alberta.